Hi, I'm Mr. H and you're watching Mr. H Makes. Last week we focused on animating the body, there's a link up there. This week we're going to be focusing more on facial animation. Now iClone has a couple of different ways to do this, and we're going to be looking at Acculips and also how to use your iPhone as a live motion capture device. So let's get going.
What a game! What a game! Woo! We are the best! We are the champions, my friend!
In iClone, that will generate the facial animation. You can record your voice. There's also text-to-speech, which may be good, I suppose, if you have a kind of robot-y execution in mind. You can add an audio file or have a pre-prepared script, or you can use Acculips, which is what we're going to be focusing on today. Acculips also allows you to access some of those functions we previously covered, but today I'm just going to add this audio file. For some reason my WAVs are not working, but this should be alright. And here is my file with the audio waves.
What a game! What a game! Woo! We are the best! We are the champions, my friend!
Please excuse my singing. So basically this is the interface that we use to convert our audio waves into text which Acculips can read and translate to our character model so that we get the movement of the lips. We'll use generate text, and there we have the output. So next thing for us to do is to correct any mistakes in the auto text that's been generated, just to fix things so that we get a better result. For example, I've got a roo here instead of a woo, so I'm just going to fix that up. And I do so by selecting the offending word and then highlighting an in and out point for that word and then aligning it. In this case I think I made a mistake because I usually align selected, so it just affects that word, but by pressing align I think I might have affected the whole speech, but it seems to be okay.
What a game! What a game!
There are actually other tools you can use further down the pipeline to tweak mouth shapes, etc. But I guess it's good to do it right now at the source. Will save you headaches down the line. Anyway, that seems to be alright. So I'll be moving on, and it seems we have a bit of an issue here. I mean, this part technically it's spelt wrong, but the way I've pronounced it phonetically, it's a bit like that anyway. So I think I'll leave that and focus more on this area here. The R bit is a bit odd.
We are the...
Okay, basically breaks there. So I should highlight it first, which I haven't done here. But yeah, you highlight and then set the in and out frames. And then align selected. And obviously when all your fixes have been done, then you apply it. So now I'm going to fix the. Same process, highlight, in and out, align selected. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I think I can let that go. And I will have one more run through and then I'll apply.
What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend. What a game.
Oh,
What a game.
A duh on the end there. As I mentioned before, there are tools that you can use within iClone, and I can fix that duh later. So all that remains is to apply, and that commits, so make sure you've done everything you need to do. Now we can see our audio waves, which are represented as Visemes. You can see each one corresponding with its words, and below that you can see the phonemes, which represent the mouth shape required to make those sounds.
We are the champions, my friend.
Okay, at this stage we can check out the talking editor, the talking style editor, which is a good way of sort of establishing a base style, I suppose you should say. So the singing style tends to soften the movement of the mouth.
We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
I'm not sure if you can apply multiple talking styles to the same clip. I suspect you probably have to break them up. The next thing you can do is select or double click on the mouth shapes in the Viseme section, the Viseme lips section, to access the lips editor. And this will allow you to fine-tune the mouth shapes even further. For example, earlier I was talking about this duh on the end of friend. Now I can fix that by using the lips editor. So in the lips editor you would just pick the appropriate mouth shape at the correct juncture or timing of your voice clip. So let's have a look at that. compared with the expressiveness is already at 100%. So I might look at another way to do this, and that is here we go. In the facial animation settings, the Viseme strength. But this will affect the whole clip. No expressions yet, so that's not going to change anything. So I've gone into the talking style editor, and I'm going to give the yelling style a go and see whether I get a better result out of that.
What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
Yeah, that works. The other thing we can do is combine the custom strut pose we made in the previous tutorial.
What a game. What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
Well, that could have gone on a little bit longer, that animation, but you get the idea. Funnily enough, I was planning to do more tweaking, but the timing seems to have worked out okay. Let's just break that there and add some more animation to it.
What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
Okay, now we're moving on to the facial editor and the face puppet. So we have a bunch of different profiles to select from, which we can apply to our avatar. Let's move in a bit closer and determine what's a good fit for him. Okay, for example, we'll pick Zane, happy Zane. Let's see what he's like when he's happy. Press preview. Yeah, that didn't really work very well. Let's go back to the cartoon profile. That's better. If it looks too much, we can always reduce the strength of the slider. So we're influencing it by moving the mouse around. It looks pretty good. Let's just put the strength down a little bit. And we press space to start and stop the preview. And yeah, basically you can use your mouse to face puppet your character. You can blend it in with existing expressions. You can replace the current expressions, and you can focus on individual parts of the face. Usually I begin with a general profile or emotion, in this case, you know, happy, and I would apply it to the character from the beginning. So click record, press space, and begin puppeting.
What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
After establishing the base emotion, I would go to specific parts of the face and do more subtle tweaks. I mean, the whole process in iClone is layering on successive detail. So in this case now, I'm going to go to the brows and puppet them a bit to add an additional layer of animation. Okay, so I've selected the brows, I'm previewing. You know, it's kind of all down to your timing, and the ease of the process makes it, you know, quite enjoyable. Okay, now that I'm happy, I'm just going to record this.
What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
And by adding successive layers, you get the most out of your character's performance.
What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
And that gives you an idea of what the face puppet can do. And obviously you can go down, drill down into further detail to the eyes, the brows, the nose, the mouth. You can squint, you can even make your eyes go cross-eyed. We are the champions, my friend. I probably don't recommend that though. And that's the face puppet and how I would use it personally, and mainly to layer on additional animation. Now there's another aspect that I would then look to after doing that, and that is the eyes. Usually I would have a character looking at the camera every now and then, sometimes breaking away his focus on the camera to look off elsewhere, but it adds another dimension to the performance. So when he gets into his singing, he would look away, so I'd set him free as if he's going on some sort of reverie, remembering that fantastic football match he just watched. You can use this slider to determine exactly how much he's looking at the camera, whether he's looking at it with his eyes or his whole head is moving towards the camera. that's what he's doing here, giving you the full focus. So let's say he looks back at the camera. I don't want his head to move so much. Oh, now he's looking a bit like a psycho. And that's pretty much it as far as my workflow goes with Acculips and the talking style editor and the lips editor, and then Face Puppet and tweaking the details of that.
What a game. What a game. Woo! We are the best. We are the champions, my friend.
Well, I don't know about you, I'm pretty fed up of listening to my singing, so let's move along to Motion Live and iPhone. Now this approach requires, obviously you have an iPhone, that will come with the Live Face app, which is free, fortunately, but it pretty much ends there because you'll be required to pay for the Live Face profile, which connects your iPhone app to Motion Live, which incidentally you will also need to pay for. I suggest looking out for some of the sales if you're interested in getting into this sort of thing. Fortunately, they seem to happen fairly regularly. Alright, and hopefully you'll end up with something like this. Hi, this is a test to provoke an emotional response. Hi, this is a test to provoke an emotional response. There are a number of methods you can connect to the Motion Live plugin. There's Wi-Fi, USB and Ethernet. The latter, Ethernet being the one that will produce the best quality. Unfortunately, my circumstance is such that I'm using the USB method, and these are the steps that I use. I'll post this in the comments below so you can cut and paste it if you like. But yeah, mileage may vary. There are a couple of oddities that are worth mentioning. When you enter your IP address, which you will see in your LiveFace app, you need to add a :999 at the end of it when you enter it into your gear list. This is one I did earlier actually, so let's show you how that works from scratch. So you would just add it and add your LiveFace profile. It's got the same thing going. Of course, don't forget the 999 :999. Click on that circle, and the green button means you're connected. You make sure your avatar is selected, and you would go down to the LiveFace connection to it, your avatar, and you are good to go. Yeah, I'm messing around with my phone at the moment, so the capture angle is weird. Anyway, it moves side to side. So this would be a good time to zero out your facial pose, which is kind of like a recalibration exercise. And it should be done fairly regularly. If you see hiccups in your recording where something's not working, you would zero out your pose. and you basically just look at the camera with your lips slightly parted and look on with the neutral gaze, whatever that means, and yeah, set 0 pose. Okay, now that we have our character connected and we've set the 0 pose, we can use the mask strength and smooth settings to try and get a better animation out of it. So one of the things that's quite good about mask is that you can get a single brow raise by applying those settings. So if you ever want to do one, do the other, now the strength, I've already tweaked some of these, but I find probably one of the best, they all begin on 100, but I find that one of the best is the jaw, if I'm not getting enough movement in the mouth. This traditionally is 100. Let's see, 100. This is a test to provoke an emotional response. This is a test to provoke an emotional response. Maybe the mouth. You see the less it is, the less it moves around. But this is a test to provoke an emotional response. So you can tweak all that to see what you really want out of the whole performance. If you bump the global up all the way, you're going to get a funny looking face. You're testing the eyeballs to the left and right, rolling. So yeah, it does, it's kind of depend on what you want to do. Smoothing you use if you get jittery motions, particularly in the head, I think. So it kind of just smooths everything out. I put these down quite low because I find that if you have them too high, provoke an emotional response, you kind of lose a lot of the emotion in the voice. Response, and well, the eyeball. Yeah, that's what it is. The eye blink. So yeah, that is those. Pretty cool. While you're previewing, you can check out the tracking data inspector and see specifically what is working and not working. You can actually adjust the strength of various controls and save them and obviously load them if you needed to. But to be honest, I have not yet researched in too much detail into this area of iClone, and if you want me to, let me know in the comments below. Same also goes for the expression mapping panel. You can access these when you're previewing, so you can see the effects live. The AR kit profile seems to work a lot better than the default. And again, this type of finessing and tweaking, let me know if you want me to cover it. but for the purposes of this video, I think I'll keep it pretty light. But what is pretty exciting is you can see the potential for a live performance, and you can tweak all this stuff on the fly until you dial in what you really want for your character, establish the facial parameters, and then really just let loose. And when you combine this with other software like Unreal Engine to create your sets and your environments and your VFX, you really are just limited by your imagination and the odd dumb mistake or two, which I did in this recording session.
Watching Mr. H Makes, and I am Mr. H. This week we're going to be covering facial animation in iClone, the different methods that you can use to achieve those cool facial animations. And we're going to be exploring the different ways you can do that. This ranges from manually tweaking animations to using
and my personal favorite, not having enough frames for the recording. Fortunately, that's a pretty easy fix. In your project settings, you can assign the total frames, and then all you need to do is to drag out the in and out triangles on your timeline. Otherwise, you'll run out of time. Thanks for making it to the bitter end. Since you're still here and I've got your attention, please consider doing the like and subscribe thing below. If there's anything I've left out and you'd like me to cover, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, you've been watching Mr. H Makes, and I'm Mr. H, and I'll see you next time.